we'll be talking about the origin and the religion of the Aztecs. Let's begin talking about the origin. Around the year 1200 before Christ, there was an invasion of semi-nomadic people in the Mesoamerican region. One of the invading towns was that of the Toltecs, who were joined by the descendants of the builders of the great city of the Teotihuacan. This union allowed newcomers to acquire knowledge, custom, and beliefs of Mesoamerican cultures. Esta unión permitió que los nuevos adquieran conocimiento, costumbres y creencias de las culturas mesoamericanas. The Toltecs erected a state that dominated a large part of the region. However, its power declined. At that time, another warrior town called the Tenacas, Mexicas or Aztecs, arrived from the north, which settled in a valley around Lake Texcoco, as you can see in the picture, a region that began to be called Mexica. When they reached the shores of Lake Texcoco, the Mexica or Aztecs were poor and weak. They had to be content with the land one of the area chiefs let them occupy. Cuando llegaron a las orillas del lago Texcoco, los aztecas eran pobres y débiles y tuvieron que contentarse con la tierra que uno de los jefes del área les dejó ocupar. He gave them lands where snakes abounded in order for them to be bitten. Les dio tierras donde abundaban las serpientes para que los piquen. But the Mexicans were happy to see them because they knew how to kill and eat them. In 1325, they founded the city of Tenochtitlan, and from there, they extended year after year their dominion over the entire area. Now let's move on to their religion. In class, we talked about the Mayans, but like the Mayans, the Aztecs worshipped various gods, the main ones being Tlaloc, the god of water and rain, and Huitzilopochtli, god of war and divine guide of the Aztecs. The Aztec Society. The Aztec Society was run by the nobles, who, in addition to being the military chiefs, were state administrators and priests. So, at the top of the pyramid, en la punta de la pirámide, these were the first people. The greatest leader, the Tlautani, who was chosen from among the noble families, was revered as a king. El gran líder, el Tlautani, quien fue escogido entre las familias nobles, era reverenciado como rey. The first monarch was Moctezuma I, who reigned between 1440 and 1496. Let's talk about another part of the pyramid. In an intermediate place of the social scale were the Pochitecas, who were artisans, doctors, and merchants. Below these were the peasants, who lived in neighborhoods called Calpuli. And in the most disadvantaged situation of all were the slaves, generally captives of wars. Let's look at the pyramid. As you can see here, in first place we have the king or the high priest. Then we have the council. Usually they were part of the royal family. Then we have the nobles. Then we have the merchants and artisans, also known as the Pochitecas. And then we have the commoners, farmers, and slaves. Now let's talk about the empire formation. At first, the Aztecs served as mercenaries to other towns until they decided to associate with a neighboring seignory, that of Texcoco, and both joined the seignory of Tlacopan. Al principio los aztecas servían como mercenarios para otros pueblos hasta que decidieron asociarse con pueblos vecinos, como el Texcoco, y luego ambos se juntaron a Tlacopan. Thus, between the three, they formed the Triple Alliance, with which the Aztecs expanded their dominions over a vast territory. Look at the image here. These are the symbols for the three cities that make up the Triple Alliance. So we have Texcoco, Tenochtitlan, and Tlacopan. Over time, the city of Tenochtitlan became the capital of Mesoamerica. It was filled with tall pyramids and temples, palaces, gardens, and long canals. Under Aztec rule, subjugated peoples were to pay tribute and contribute soldiers for new conquests. Bajo el mandato de los aztecas, las personas subyugadas tenían que pagar tributo y contribuir con soldados para nuevas conquistas. When the Aztecs arrived in the Texcoco Valley, they were organized in 4 large communities called Calpulli, which means big house, where everyone lived in equality without privileges or economic differences. When the Tenochtitlan became an imperial center, there were 20 Calpullis composed of only peasants. The rest left their ancient communities and became privileged classes, the nobility and the pochitecas. Cuando Tenochtitlan se convirtió en un centro imperial, habían solamente 20 Calpullis compuestos solamente por campesinos. El resto dejó sus antiguas comunidades y se volvieron clases privilegiadas, como la nobleza y los pochitecas. This is all we're going to be talking about today. Let's check out your homework. You're going to copy these slides on your social studies notebook, and you're going to do a worksheet that is already on the platform. Have a good day. I'll see you soon. Bye!